sexuality and love as they actually are in Stoicism. In the ancient city of Athens, the philosophical landscape thrived with discussions on ethics, virtues, and the pursuit of wisdom. Among the seekers of truth was a young scholar named Eudora. Her scholarly pursuits often revolved around the profound subject of the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. It was a topic that stirred her curiosity and ignited a relentless quest for understanding. Eudora delved into the teachings of Stoicism, seeking enlightenment on the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. The Stoics, she discovered, viewed emotions through the lens of reason and advocated for virtuous living in every facet of life, including the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. As she pored over ancient texts and engaged in discussions with esteemed philosophers, Eudora aimed to uncover the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. Stoic principles emphasize the importance of virtue, temperance, and ethical conduct in all aspects of life, including the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. One day, while immersed in her studies, Eudora encountered a revered sage who had dedicated his life to understanding the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. His insights were profound, shedding light on the Stoic perspective of the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism. The reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism, he began, is a nuanced balance between rationality and the natural impulses of human beings. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge and navigate the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism with wisdom and virtue. Eudora absorbed the sage's teachings, realizing that the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism was not a matter of denying emotions but of guiding them with reason. The Stoic approach to the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism involved aligning passions with ethical values and living in harmony with nature. With newfound insight into the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism, Eudora ventured into introspection. She understood that the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism wasn't merely an academic pursuit, but a profound exploration of human emotions within the Stoic framework. Eudora's quest to comprehend the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism led her to embrace Stoic principles in her daily life. She found that the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism wasn't an isolated concept, but an integral part of the Stoic philosophy. A philosophy that aimed to guide individuals in navigating the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism with virtue and wisdom. As she continued her journey of learning and introspection, Eudora discovered that the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism was a tapestry woven with threads of reason, virtue, and the human experience, a tapestry that offered guidance and enlightenment to those seeking to understand the reality of sexuality and love in Stoicism.
Once you've experienced the captivating video, it's clear that your passion for inspiring motivational stories runs deep. Join our community of like-minded individuals by subscribing today, and let's embark on this inspiring journey together.